The demons that attack empaths, why they fear you. Empaths are not weak. Empaths are not fragile. They are targets. Because an empath isn't just a person who feels deeply, they are a beacon, a source of light, a force that disrupts darkness wherever it hides. And that is why they are hunted. There are things in this world that feed on pain, fear, and suffering. And empaths, they are the ones who can see through the illusion, break the cycle, and expose the hidden. So the attacks begin. Not always physical, but mental, emotional, spiritual. Because breaking an empath isn't just about stopping one person. It's about shutting down the signal they carry. They are beacons of truth. They are the ones who see past deception, who absorb energy, who disrupt the hidden forces that feed on suffering. There are entities that feed on fear, on manipulation, on the distortion of reality itself. And they seek to silence, drain, and break empaths. Because an empowered empath is their greatest threat. These demons attack in different ways, through confusion, heaviness, control, and they always leave destruction in their wake. What are these demons? Demons aren't always red-skinned creatures with horns. They are parasites, they are manipulators. They are the shadows that latch onto energy and twist it for their own use. And empaths are like bright flames in a world full of darkness. They can sense lies, they can feel when something is wrong, they can expose what is hidden. And that is why these entities seek to break them. Have you ever felt exhausted after being around certain people? Do you notice that some people always leave you feeling drained, hollow, or confused? Have you experienced mood swings, sudden fatigue, or overwhelming negativity for no reason? So this isn't just emotional exhaustion, it is an attack. Demons and energy parasites cannot generate their own energy. They must steal it. And an empath. An empath is an open well of energy, constantly pouring into the world. So they attach, they feed, they twist your light into their nourishment, and if you don't cut them off, they will consume everything you are. The astral attacks. Empaths often report nightmares that feel too real, waking up drained as if they fought all night, sleep paralysis, shadow figures, whispers in the dark. This is because the battle isn't just happening in this world, it's happening in the spaces in between, where the subconscious is vulnerable, where the mind is open, where defenses are down. Some believe these dreams aren't just random thoughts, but spiritual attacks designed to break an empath's will while they sleep. And if you wake up feeling like something was there, like something tried to get inside your head, you're probably right. There is a reason empaths always attract narcissists. Because narcissists are puppets, empty vessels that spread chaos, destruction, and deception. They mirror an empath's light, pretending to be kind, loving, and in need. They embed themselves in an empath's life, slowly shifting the balance of power. They use guilt, fear, and love as weapons, ensuring the empath keeps pouring energy into them. And before you know it, the empath is trapped, drained. And the demon, it thrives, because it has turned the empath's greatest strength into a weapon against themselves. Why demons target empaths? Because empaths carry the energy of change. Because empaths can sense them even if they can't see them. Because empaths are healers, and demons want wounds to remain open. Empaths are not meant to be weak, they are meant to be warriors. But warriors can be broken, and that's what these forces want more than anything, not to kill the empath, but to break their spirit. To make them question their intuition, to make them shut down their gifts, to make them believe their abilities are a curse, rather than a force of power. Because when an empath fully awakens, nothing can stop them. How to fight back, recognize the attachments. If someone drains you, cut them off. If you always feel worse after being around certain people, trust that feeling. If your energy shifts suddenly, look for the source. These entities hide in plain sight, in the people we trust, the emotions we ignore, the voices we dismiss. The first step is to see them for what they are. Protect your energy. Empaths must learn to shield themselves, because if you leave your door open, something will walk through it. Salt, sage, and protective symbols have been used for centuries for a reason. Visualizing a protective light around you can create an energetic barrier. Sound like chimes, bells, or certain frequencies can disrupt negative energy. Empaths think their power is just feeling deeply, but true power is knowing how to control that energy, how to direct it, how to protect it. Strengthen your will. Demons thrive on doubt. They attack through fear. They win when you question your own intuition. Your mind is a fortress. If you let them inside, they will take everything. If you refuse to let them in, they cannot touch you. Belasup, the demon of confusion. Belasup is a parasite of the mind. He does not strike directly. Instead, he whispers, distorts, twists reality, making empaths question what is real and what is illusion. How he attacks empaths. An overwhelming mental fog, sudden confusion like something is pulling your thoughts apart. Doubt and self-sabotage, the feeling that I must be overreacting even when your intuition is correct. Emotional disorientation. One moment clear-headed, the next drowning in chaotic, conflicting emotions. Empaths thrive on clarity, intuition, deep knowing. Belasup seeks to shatter that, because once an empath questions their own gift, they stop trusting it. And once they stop trusting it, they become vulnerable. Belthagore is the demon of spiritual exhaustion. He is not loud, not violent, not obvious. Instead, he sinks into the bones, pressing down like an unbearable weight. How he attacks empaths. Sudden, unexplained exhaustion, even after a full night's sleep. The body feels like it's drowning in lead. Lack of motivation, goals, passions, even basic daily tasks feel impossible. Feeling disconnected from spirit, as if something cut the cord between you and your higher self. Belfagor doesn't destroy empaths, he drains them, until they no longer have the energy to fight back. Until they stop trying, stop resisting, stop believing. Because an empath that is too tired to fight is no longer a threat. Jezebel, the demon of manipulation and control. If Bellis confuses and Belphegor weakens, Jezebel enslaves. Jezebel is not just a demon, it is a system. A force that moves through people, twisting them into weapons. How she attacks empaths. Narcissists and energy vampires, Jezebel manipulates people to use, abuse, and drain empaths. Emotional traps, guilt, shame, obligation, all used to bind an empath to toxic relationships. Illusions of love and loyalty, whispering that you have to help them, you can't abandon them, even when it's destroying you. Jezebel thrives on power. And what better way to gain power than to bind an empath's light to darkness? She makes them believe they need to suffer to be good, they must sacrifice themselves for others. Their pain is necessary to help those who need them. Jezebel's greatest weapon is convincing an empath that they must stay enslaved to pain. But once an empath wakes up, sees the manipulation, breaks free, Jezebel loses her grip. Belasup attacks the mind. Confusion weakens intuition. Belthagore attacks the body. Exhaustion stops action. Jezebel attacks the soul. Manipulation keeps the empath bound. If these forces can break an empath, they break the biggest threat to their existence. Because an empath is not just someone who feels deeply. They are a healer, a disruptor, a mirror that exposes darkness. And darkness cannot survive being seen. If your mind is full of doubt, intrusive thoughts, mental chaos, it is Belasup. If you're drowning in exhaustion, hopelessness, and stagnation, it is Belfagor. If you feel trapped, controlled, manipulated, it is Jezebel. Calling them by name removes their power. They thrive in secrecy, in silence. But once you identify them, the illusion weakens. Recognize the attachments? If someone drains you, cut them off. If you always feel worse after being around certain people, trust that feeling. If your energy shifts suddenly, look for the source. These entities hide in plain sight, in the people we trust, the emotions we ignore, the voices we dismiss. The first step is to see them for what they are. Cleanse and protect your energy. Empaths must learn to shield themselves. Because if you leave your door open, something will walk through it. Salt, sage, and protective symbols have been used for centuries for a reason. They work because they disrupt dark attachments. Visualizing a protective light around you can create an energetic barrier. Sound like chimes, bells, or certain frequencies can disrupt negative energy. Empaths think their power is just feeling deeply, but true power is knowing how to control that energy, how to direct it, how to protect it. Cut off toxic people, block them, walk away. If Jezebel cannot feed off you, she loses power. Move, dance, exercise, sunlight. Belphegor's heaviness cannot survive movement and vitality. Strengthen your will. Demons thrive on doubt. They attack through fear. They win when you question your own intuition. Your mind is a fortress. If you let them inside, they will take everything. If you refuse to let them in, they cannot touch you. The final truth, empaths were never meant to be victims. They were meant to be the ones who see through the lies, the ones who break the cycles, the ones who wake others up. And that is why they are hunted. Because a fully awakened empath is a threat to everything darkness feeds on. So if they come for you, fight back. Protect your light. Because the only thing demons fear more than the dark is the one who can see through it.